Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. MATIC has pushed higher. I mentioned in the last video, if we get one more high, looking at the microstructure, we might have a 5-wave move to the upside. So that's what I'm observing right now. We're going to talk about what that might mean and what the levels are that now need to reach what need to be reached and the levels that need to hold in order to give us a small setup directly for higher prices. Obviously, what we are dealing with here on this chart is an overall bullish structure at the moment. We have a potential 5-wave move to the upside. I think it's one of the more clear setups that we currently have in the crypto world. Very, very often charts are not clear, especially altcoin charts. They are a bit messy, especially on smaller time frames. Larger time frames are different, but obviously because we do daily analysis, the smaller time frames, they are sometimes a bit messy, especially when we deal with altcoins, especially when we deal with diagonal structures, okay? I think I already covered the charts that are from all the altcoin charts there that offer the clearest probabilities. However, even within them, obviously among them, there are different qualities, you could say, of setups, and that changes all the time. But MATIC is one of the ones that, I think is a bit clearer than the others, or at least than some others. And we have a very clear 5-wave move up actually since the September lows. 5 waves up into the December highs. Yeah, we can count 5 waves in a leading diagonal in which each of the subwaves are corrective. And then we have a 3-wave move down. Now, just because we have a clear 5-wave move up, it doesn't mean that support needs to hold, but it increases probabilities, okay? So the market never needs to do anything. It's just about, what is the level that we're observing that needs to hold to keep the current assumption alive. It's all about getting the reward and risk parameters. That's essentially what this is about. And as I mentioned in previous updates, the target for wave 3, if this is wave 1 and this is a wave 2 pullback, then the target for wave 3 is at least $2.12. Yeah? We should see a move to at least $2.12. That's, though, really, really the bare minimum. But I rather give you more conservative targets and then rather leave the door open for higher if micro support levels are holding. Better would be $2.39 anyway, and maybe even $2.94. But this is the bare minimum there, $2.12. So if we don't even get there, then we're not dealing with a third wave. Then we have a large A, B, C structure, which could, again, lead to all sorts of stuff that's nasty, like a new bear market low. So it's all about, understanding what are the requirements of the structure. That tells us which support levels we need to look at, and if those support levels break, we know that this structure isn't unfolding anymore. It's not about, the market has to hold support. That's not the right mindset. Okay, so then let's take a look at the current pullback. ABC into our trading area, into our support area. It's pretty much landed in the middle of it, which is great. So it's a nice and healthy wave 2. We've seen 5 waves down in wave A. We've seen 3 waves up in wave B, which is what we would expect. And we've seen 5 waves down in wave C. So an ABC structure. I will take off the resistance area. We don't need that anymore. That was relevant here. And it told us where wave B would likely finish. And now if we look at the 1-hour chart, we can see 5 waves down. So, at the moment, I could argue that the correction could be complete. So it's full. Yeah, the ABC pattern is full, and the C wave also has 5 waves. Then I highlighted, we could get another low, but if we get 5 waves up, I will start to look for corrective pullbacks, which means I will start to look for higher lows to form. Now it's very small, and it's really too small to be reliable, but we're watching obviously the micro to understand which levels now need to hold and what could be setups on the micro level to help us push the price higher. So there are 2 wave counts I'm observing on the 30-minute chart. We have the yellow one, which looks a bit out of shape, a bit out of proportion, but it's valid. That's a valid one. I've got a 5-wave move up in the yellow count. To be honest, I will change the wave degree, or they are a bit too massive there. Oops, 1 second. Just want to reduce the wave degree down a bit, and then just so. Yeah, so in the yellow count, I could argue already for 5 waves up. It was a healthy and very deep wave 4, though, that occurred here. We have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, we have a 3. Wave 4, deep. Wave 5. Leading diagonal, of course. Okay, so we have an overlap between waves 1 and 4. Therefore, we cannot really trust it. And the wave 4 was very deep. It was very deep, and it briefly broke, I think, the golden ratio level. But on the micro level, and we have no sustained break below that level, so it's an acceptable interpretation, the yellow count. If we now see a pullback, and I'm going to add that live in the video now, if we now see a pullback from here, and I'm not saying it will happen, I'm just saying if a pullback shows, this is the support area that now needs to hold in order to enable a successful reversal and a third wave rally afterwards. This would be first 5 waves up, so potentially a wave 1. Then this would be a wave 2 pullback. 5 up, 3 down. The 70.4 cent level really needs to hold. If we get a sustained break below that, we're likely going to see another low. That at the same time will serve as confirmation level that we get another low, okay? And the overall ideal support area from here is between 72.8 cents and 70.4 cents. However, I can really only confirm that this is a locked support area once we have a top in place. At the moment, this is not enough of a drawdown to suggest we have a top in place. It is also possible if it extends from here and moves towards 77.3 cents, then this is not anymore a 5-wave move. It turns basically into a larger 3-wave move in the white count. But if we then get another 4 or 5 afterwards, then we have the potential for a larger 5-wave move. So I hope that's clear. So either we come down now in the yellow count. If not, then it's the white count I have to observe. Yeah, and then the third wave needs to reach minimally 78.7 cents, better 79.5 cents. And the fifth wave would need to reach 81 cents. So it's either 5 waves now, and we need to hold 70.4 cents in any pullback. But there's no strong sign of a pullback. If there is no pullback, then I need to see 5 waves form to 81 cents, which is also the top of the corrective price channel, to form 5 waves. We might even see then something like an inverse head and shoulders pattern here, okay, where the neckline is around this previous swing high. Do you see that? So the third wave basically completes the head, then a right shoulder here with that 4-5 pattern. But we'll see. We'll just use the Elliott waves. So that gives you the parameters to watch for today, basically. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.